Well, folks, here's a promise for you. If this video has seen the light of day, that means it was awesome, because this is officially a gear test, tech test video. We're in Leicester. We're out for the day with Andy. He's coming to ride in some lifts, and we're going to go and play golf. We're going to go to the cathedral and just generally have a mooch around. But I'm testing this microphone and this camera, so let's go and have a wander around Leicester, shall we? So for a bit of context, we're off to Switzerland tomorrow, and I'm planning on using this camera a lot on the trip. It's a tiny little one that'll easily fit in my bag, fit in my pocket. So need to make sure that it actually looks and sounds okay. I'm assuming it's fine. I mean, I have no idea at the moment. I think we're probably going to go and tour some lifts first. And now you can see the camera. So that's the camera. That's the microphone. That's what we're testing. DJI Pocket 2. Are you falling over? One thing that probably is relevant for the test is this camera, I'm fairly confident, is not waterproof. So the fact that it's raining, problematic. But what we should be seeing, because it's on a gimbal, is that it's not quite the normal shaky cam we normally get when we're wandering around. I think I can move around a bit. Yeah, can you do that motion again? Because I wasn't filming that. Yeah, I think I can dance around like that. And theoretically, it stays level-ish. Where are you going? Oh, we were just going to walk around. He knows where the golf is, and he knows it's up there. One thing that is confusing me is the on and off button. When I try and turn it off, it doesn't turn off, so we get weird glitches. What are you showing me? Northern shirts. I don't think I'm going to fit into shirts from Superdry. Thanks to not being able to eat properly because of my gallstones, I have lost about 3 stone in the last 6 months. I think I'm probably still about 6 stone away from Superdry though. Are we going to golf straight away, or do you want to go to the big lift first?
Yeah. Which one? Lift or golf first? Golf and then lift?
That man was walking his dog in here.
Okay.
That's amazing. I didn't realise I could bring Dave. We just very clearly said to Andy, are we going to golf or lift first? And he said golf, and then it has veered off towards this lift, so I guess we're actually going to the lift. Oh, I never knew you could. We're still not completely familiar with the way Leicester is set up. Apparently you can go that way to get to the golf. We always go a much longer route than that. So maybe he was right after all. Yeah, would you like a close-up of you now, so we can test the close-up on the camera?
I did myself.
Very good. What I haven't done is put the wide lens on this, because I'm worried it's going to fall off. But we could magnet the wide lens on. I don't know if that's made much difference, but we now have a wide lens on here, which is only held on by a magnet, so I'm now really afraid it's going to fall off. Because this lens has fallen off many times in the past. Fell off at Wicksteed Park, didn't it, at one point, and you had to fetch it for me. That was the same day I snapped the joystick off and had to buy a new joystick. Yeah, I am pretty rough with this camera, so that's the other thing. We've got to see if it can cope with me being rough with it. So I guess we're going to head that way. Yeah. Oh yeah, it says on the wall over there as well. How have we missed all these signs? We've been here so often. When me and Andy came here last time, we walked all the way around the outside of the shopping centre. It was ridiculous. I swear these signs have never been here before. I would have noticed them. I'm sure I would have done. To be fair, anyone who knows Leicester knows we didn't have to come in the shopping centre at all. We could have just walked around the outside. So it should be, yeah, so when we could see that Frankie Benny's when we went into the shopping centre before. So we have still managed to come a long way round. But here we have Treetop Adventure Golf, which is awesome. Yeah, go on then. You're going in the lift with Mummy. I'll meet you down there because it's a small lift. I have bats, I have balls. I'm just waiting for them because as soon as we got here, Andy ran into the toilet. It's a bit dark in here as well, which is going to be another good test for the camera, because from what I remember from when I was using this before a few years ago, it was never great in low light. So this is a good day to test it out and see how it gets on. All done. Right, we've got one game. We can choose whichever one we want. Which side do you want to go, Andy? Are we doing this one?
Andy, Ancient Explorer.
So we've got this one, Ancient Explorer or Tropical Trail.
Which one? I've got your phone.
I think he wants to make sure you can do that at the end, whichever one.
Yeah, we'll do that one at the end. Do you want to do this one?
Right, there you go. Have a bat. Have a bat. One bat. No, bat. Hold on, we need balls as well.
The temple ahead warns of danger.
Balls.
But with this magical spell, you may safely venture.
Hello, Editing Kev here. First issue that we've discovered, because once we went into the Treetop Adventure Golf, I moved the microphone. The microphone was previously attached to my bag strap, so it was like there. When I went into the Treetop Adventure, I put it right at the top of my shirt there, so it was basically had my beard pressed into it the whole time. This is what that did to the audio.
So one is the wireless mic, the other is the little tripod stand that comes with it.
And this is why we did this test before I did it for a full video while we were away and got really upset about it. So what I've learned there is we don't put the microphone anywhere where it's going to have me pressed into the end of it. I wonder, in fact, we might do a little extra test now. When we were indoors, I took the windscreen off of it. So if I have it there with the windshield on, does that stop it from doing that? Either way, I think we probably just need to find a way to wear it a little lower. I mean, it's fine from this kind of range. On the whole, the camera is... I've been really... I'm what are we, 5-6 minutes into this video? I am really impressed so far. That was the first big problem. Fingers crossed, we don't find any more. Of course, it does mean that all of the audio on the rest of the section where we were in Treetop Adventure is completely unusable. So there was some pretty good stuff in there. I want to still show you some of these shots because there were some pretty cool shots. We get the flexibility of having the little tripod stand that works with the camera, and because it's so small, it's really easy to just get it out between shots, show some different stuff from different angles. So it allowed for some dynamic videography. I only wish that I'd had the microphone working for the whole thing, because this section would have been much cooler, much longer. But I think you get the idea from these shots that you're seeing while I waffle on that it did all right in the low light. And I mean, these are some cool shots. So I am still impressed so far. I didn't understand. I also couldn't get into the locker, so I had to get the man to come and help me get the locker. On the topic of the man, he watches the channel and gave us some free tickets for next time and a hole-in-one badge. which I very much appreciate. So big thanks to him. We don't all fit in that lift, so I'm gonna have to come up the stairs. Right, next test for this camera. A couple of tests really. Test one is how it responds going from really dark to really light as I walk out of here. So we'll find out when I'm editing, I guess. And then we're going to wander around the city a little bit. So we're testing how good the stabilization is on the gimbal and also how good this mic is. Because last time I used this years ago, I never really learned how to use it properly. So I never used the wireless mic. I never used the tripod. I didn't really see the point of the camera. I may see the point of the camera now. It's very handy having something so small that I can just stick in my pocket. Right, where are we going now then?
The church, I guess.
To the cathedral?
Yeah.
We can go around to the cathedral. We're also on the lookout for crisps for Andy, which, yeah, do we think TJ's supermarket, wine, spirits, beer and grocery will sell salt and vinegar walkers? It probably will. And then we're going to grab some food at some point as well. Food appropriate for people who've got gallstones. Much sadness. Probably not Vietnamese street food, as much as I would really like a drop of Vietnamese street food around about now. Looks like it's school kicking out time as well, which is the ideal time to be walking around any city centre waving a camera around. I've learnt that the hard way over the years. Right, we're going to have a look in here for some crisps. Hopefully we can find crisps and hopefully we can pay by card. So, no salt and vinegar there. Oh, haha. Let's get like 4 bags of these. Andy, you got it. Should we go and pay for these? So, crisps purchased. We are now wandering around towards the cathedral. There is a lounge. What's the matter? Oh, you're back. There is a lounge along here somewhere, the Après Lounge. That's what we want. I don't know if that's actually open. It doesn't look very open. There's a sign on the window. The sign is opening times. The opening times are 5 till midnight. Much sadness. They've got those all over the Midlands, and all of the other ones are known for their breakfasts. I guess not that one. So we'll have to have dinner somewhere else. I'm very sad now. They do a nice Eggs Benedict. Andy, walk a little bit slower. Mummy's got a bad leg and she's all the way back here. The last time we came to this cathedral, they were scaffolding all over it, all fenced off. Had dug up the floor, I think, and we ended up just doing a couple of laps of it and couldn't actually go in. In true detailed planning style, we haven't checked to see if they've finished all of that or if it's still under renovation, so we're not quite sure what to expect when we turn around this corner. Hopefully a shiny finished cathedral with no scaffolding. I see a fence. There's definitely a fence around here. Not seeing the scaffolding though, so maybe we shall see. Oh, we are just in time for the bells. The 4 o'clock bells, I think. Now it is pretty windy down this little street, so this is going to be a good test for how good this mic is in windy conditions. You can see I've got the little fluffy wind guard situation on it, wherever it is. So hopefully that helps a bit. We shall see when we get back and get this edited if it's actually any good.
Do you want to...
So last time we came, this bit was all closed. So they have opened some of it up, but it looks like you still can't go inside because it's got the big fence up around the front still. You got to hear the bells, which is something. I hear different bells coming from somewhere as well. No, they're fixing it. I don't know if we can get down here, Andy. I think we have to walk around this way.
We're going to the car now.
Well, we're going to have something to eat first. We've just bought you some crisps. So we're going to go and get some dinner. He said go in the car now.
Pardon?
He said go in the car now.
Should we go let's look at Frankie and Benny's? Yeah, let's go there then. Have some grip.
Inside, yeah?
Yeah, we'll go and sit inside somewhere. And pop. We'll get you a pop. You can do that.
Right, the red pot.
Red pop. Sure, baby.
Frankie, we're not been to Frankie and Benny's for years.
Did you with the girls recently? Because it was when we moved to Leicester.
No, it was before we moved to Leicester. We went to that Frankie and Benny's. We came here for the day and went there for dinner.
So how did you move to
To see the cathedral, I think.
Yeah, they're making it better inside at the moment. They're fixing it up. Well, you heard the bells, that was good. That was fun.
So I am hoping there's something on the Frankie and Benny's menu for Mr. Gallstone diet. They're bound to have like a Caesar salad or something, aren't they? Should be fine.
I know it is shut. They're fixing it up, that's why. It's alright. It'll be fixed soon. And then we can all go back inside and have a look. Very nice evening.
Yeah. Almost banged my head on that, it's so low. Came round the corner on the cobblestones, bobbing up and down, almost smacked my head on a low-hanging roof.
I don't think people in the medieval times as television.
No, they need to get themselves full-sized bodies.
You're a Viking. I don't know if that's
I'm a Viking.
I don't care after medieval.
Well, just there, we learnt the clip on it is a little bit precarious and it just fell off onto the floor. Luckily, it didn't land in a puddle, so hopefully we've not broken that. I wonder how loud it sounded when it hit the floor. Probably wasn't the nicest. We need to clip that on a little bit more securely though. So microphone back in place, hopefully not broken. If it is, I bet this sounds delicious. There is a little microphone icon on the tiny screen, so I'm assuming that means we have a microphone plugged in still, and we should be good. The little wind cover didn't come off though, which is good. On my other wireless microphones, the wind cover falls off if you look at it funny. So it passed that test. BBC Radio Leicester. We've lived here for like 3 years nearly now. We still know very little about how to get around the place.
I was watching GeoGuessr, and he did that thing where he didn't move, and he was here because it was like where Wetherspoons are. I've never been there, but as soon as I came up Leicester.
So you can identify this spot on GeoGuessr now. So I guess that's progress. You wouldn't have been able to GeoWizard.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have been able to do that 3 years ago. So we are making some progress.
Like Leicester. I was like, come on, Leicester. He wouldn't get to it. Leicester.
Yeah, so we're back down here now, demonstrating the really long way round that we walked when we came to the place before.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Oh, we're going back in for the lifts, are we? Yeah, but we're gonna have. Are we doing lift first or dinner first? Andy, lift or dinner? Dinner. Okay. We'll go to dinner first then, and then we can go to look in the lifts. So for dinner, we don't need to go back into the shopping centre because it's just up here. I don't think we're going back in the golf place. And there's Frankie and Benny's just up there. Yeah, that's where we're going. I think that's where we came out of the shopping centre before, just there. And then the car's parked over here somewhere. And we're going to go to that Frankie and Benny's for the first time in like 4 years, I think. Whenever me and Anna mention on Twitter that we're at the Showcase Cinema or we're out for Wagamama, it's almost always this little corner of the city, because we've got the cinema there, you've got all the restaurants around here, and just the other side of Slim Chickens is our official local Wagamama.
This is why I can't walk with you when we go away.
Well, you have to. You'll have your walking stick this weekend.
I can't walk any faster, my feet hurt.
You need your walking stick and your knee tape. So one splendid thing about this tiny little tripod thing that it's on is it's got like a little mini ball head in it. So as well as having the gimbal, I can move the tripod around, so it's quite easy to get it positioned in spots I want to get it positioned. We've come to Frankie and Benny's. They did have a Caesar salad on the menu, so I'm having a Caesar salad and a nice big bottle of sparkling water. See, I'm behaving myself in restaurants these days. So dinner time in Frankie and Benny's. I have got a delicious looking chicken Caesar salad, and we have a side of garlic bread, and over here we have a cow chunk and a lovely little pot of mushrooms that I like the look of. And then Andy has his traditional chips and crisps. Potatoes, 2 ways. This looks good.
Do you want one of these?
Not bad. Oh yes, please. How did you know? Got my little bit of shroom and my gallstone food. Well, that was pretty tasty, as salads go. That's twice in a week I've had a restaurant salad. I don't know what I'm becoming. I'm not sure what the plan is now. Andy's saying he wants to both go to the lift and back to the car. I think he's had enough of being out, but also hasn't been to the big lift that there is in the centre of the shopping centre. So I think we're heading back up there, which will give us one more environment to test the camera and the microphone in, which is definitely a good thing. It is now raining again, which is a bad thing for a camera that's not waterproof. And the whole weekend in Switzerland where I'm planning on using it, it's going to be raining. We also don't seem to be level. Why is it not leveling the horizon? That's weird. Let's just do that manually. Ha. No idea. Right, if we go in this door here, look, we can get into the shopping centre.
Who do you think you are?
I think we've lost Mummy as well. She's back there, look. Andy, wait for Mummy. She's back here. With her dodgy leg. You're back now. Oh, but. I think this is where we came out before. It doesn't look very shopping centre-y, but this corridor looks familiar. So we've now officially lost Anna. We've left her sitting down back there somewhere as we traverse the shopping centre. We're aiming for that big glass lift there, which we've only been in a couple of times before, but somebody was quite the fan of it when we went in it last time. Oh no, it looks like it might be out of order, which might be a disaster. Maybe, oh, only this side is out of order, I think. So yeah, that side is out of order. Andy, oh, are we going in?
Parking level 1. Doors opening. Going up. Doors closing.
We're going up again.
Parking level 2. Doors opening.
So it is a pretty good view from up here.
Going up. Doors closing.
We're going up again. I didn't realise it went this high. I think this is just car park here at this level.
Doors opening.
No, no shops up here. Are we going back down?
Yeah.
Going down.
Let's go to Upper Mall because that's where Mummy is.
Closing.
Go to Upper Mall, Andy.
Yeah.
Andy, Upper Mall. That's where Mummy is. Oh, people getting in.
Parking level 2. Doors opening.
You did like that curry, didn't you?
Going down.
What does everybody want?
Doors closing.
This is us, right? Yeah.
Right, getting up here, Andy, 'cause this is where Mummy is.
Doors opening.
Just wait. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Right, let's go find Mummy then. That one's broken, so if we walk back round here, we can find Mummy and then we can go home. Yeah? Andy? Back to the car, yeah? So again, what I'm interested in here is how good is the image stabilisation as I just walk around and point the camera out in front of me. I naturally walk with a little bit of a limp because of years of knee problems, which usually makes camera shake that much worse. But hopefully the built-in gimbal and image stabilisation will help with that. Looks like we've got to do one more lift before we head back, yeah? But what are you pointing at? Oh, you want more perfume? I got you some of that in Barcelona. You don't need any more. You're going through duty free yourself this weekend. You can buy your own. There you go. In this mirror, you can see just how small this little thing is. It just goes into this
It's not like
and slots away in the pocket.
it's just your big.
Oh yeah, if you held it, it'd look like a full-size camera. All right, back to the car then. Although first we have got the most insane vending machine we've ever seen. We saw this the other day. It is a vending machine that is just full of eyelashes. I have never seen anything like it anywhere else in the world. Right, one more set of transitions from indoor to outdoor to see how the camera on auto handles it. It seems, based on the tiny screen, to be handling it quite well. Just to show how much of a long route we took there, there's the Frankie and Benny's we just ate in, and we've just gone all the way around the entire shopping centre to get back to here, where the car is parked, like 3 doors down from Frankie and Benny's. But we've seen how it goes from inside to outside, so now we'll have a little go at outside to inside. I'm not sure how effective it's going to be when the inside in question is just glass walls, but we'll give it a bash. Escalator's out of order. I think there's a lift in here. Is there a lift in here? He'll know if there's a lift in here. There we go. We have a lift. We need to wait for Mummy though, Andy. Here she comes. I know.
It's not my knees on my, it's my actual bottom of my feet.
Are you wearing your insoles? That's probably why they hurt then.
I thought it was wearing them.
And with that, we are heading back to the car. So I am going to get this footage home, get it onto my computer, and make a decision about whether this camera is up to the task of what I'm really thinking is airport vlogging. I don't want to carry a big camera rig through an airport, whereas this might make it possible for us to do like a travel day vlog, which we didn't do last time we flew because, like I say, don't want to carry a big camera through an airport. So we'll make the decision when we get home. One thing I have noticed is the battery has been rinsed. We've been out about 3 hours. I've certainly not been filming constantly, and we've probably used about 70% of the battery on this thing. It doesn't have the option for an external battery, so we can't bring spares and swap them over. It is USB-C charging, so I can just plug it into a power block when I'm not using it, I guess. But that's a consideration for, like, it wouldn't be able to handle a full day of vlogging without the battery dying by lunchtime. But I will see you back at home when we have a look at this footage. And there, I mean, I've already appeared several times in this video. It's less of a grand reveal, isn't it? But I think you'll agree, the camera is pretty good. Will I use it for an entire video again? Probably not. Is it going to live in my camera bag and be an important part of the arsenal in situations where I can't pull out a bigger camera? Absolutely. In fact, I think it probably replaces the little Sony point and shoot that I use that I can't even see and show you. And I think my camera bag setup will now be this, the big Sony camera that I use as my main camera, and maybe a GoPro, maybe the 360 cam, little bits like that offer something a little bit different. But I think this offers enough over a point and shoot to be like the B-roll camera from now on. Those walking shots were awesome, so smooth compared to what I've been able to do before. So I think when we're out and about, all action vlogging, there's definitely a place for this camera in the setup from now on. So I shall be using it in Switzerland and hopefully not ballsing up the microphone positioning and placement and stuff, because that would make me very sad. But like I say, I've mentioned it a couple of times in the last few videos, we are back to regular vlogging now. We're looking to do at least 1, maybe 2 videos a week. Mondays for sure, sometimes Thursdays, like you've got a video this Thursday, and the next video coming up on Monday is going to be the first one from Switzerland, and I am so excited. We go tomorrow as I'm recording this. By the time you're seeing this, we're already back. Fingers crossed we had a good time. You'll be able to find out for yourself on Monday. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, all that usual stuff, and I'll see you again very, very soon.